Hello and welcome to our video on column subtraction, where we're going to be looking at exchanging across 0. If you're not confident at exchanging, then go back and look at the video that looks solely at exchanging across digits. But in this one, as I say, we're going to be looking at exchanging across zeros, which can be tricky for some people. So today we're looking at finding the difference between 4,302 and 2,438. So I've laid these out in columns because I'm going to show you two different ways of solving this problem. So as we've seen, if our lower digit is larger than the digit above, the classic temptation for people to do is to take the 2 away from the 8. However, you can't do that. That doesn't work. Subtraction is something we call non-commutative, so you can't change the order of the numbers. So we have to use partitioning or exchanging to find a way that we can solve it. So the poem that we learn is, if there's more on the floor, you go next door and get some more. Now in this instance, there's no more next door. So the way I teach in my class is to say, you go next door again. So I'm trying to take my 8. I can't go get anything from the tens column. So I'm going to have to put something in my tens column. So I cross out my 300s and I take a set of 100 and place it in my tens column. This leaves me 200 in my hundreds column and now 10 sets of 10 or 100 in my tens column. So now I can look at it again. I go next door, I've got 10 sets of 10. Now I'm looking to get a set of 10 in this column. So if I cross out my 10 sets of 10, place a set of 10 here, that leaves me with 9 tens in my tens column. So I can now do this because it's 12 take away 8, which is 4. I can move on to this column. I can take 3 sets of 10 away from 9 sets of 10. That's absolutely fine. That leaves me with 6 sets of 10. I can't take 4 sets of 100 from 2 sets of 100. Now, as we've seen before, this is actually 4,200 or 42 sets of 100. So I can take a set of 1,000 and put it in here. So this is now 1,200 or 12 sets of 100. And it leaves me with 3,000 or 30 sets of 100, 3,000 in my thousands column. So 12 sets of 100 take away 4 sets of 100 is 8 sets of 100, and 3,000 take away 2,000 is 1,000. Now there is a slightly different method that you can use to exchange across a 0. It relies on you being really confident with your understanding of place value. So as we've seen here, the aim is to get a set of 10 into my ones column. Now if you're confident in your understanding of place value, you can look at this 300 here and see that as 30 sets of 10. Now if you can see that as 30 sets of 10, and I want to get 1 set of 10 in here, and I can cross out my 30 sets of 10, put my set of 10 in here, and that leaves me with 29 sets of 10 here, because 29 sets of 10 is the same as 290, and if I add that extra set of 10 on, it gets me back to 300. So I've not changed the value of the number, I've just changed how I've distributed it across. So now I can attack this problem again. It's 12 take away 8, which is 4. 9 sets of 10 take away 3 sets of 10, which is 6 sets of 10. As we've seen before, 400 is larger than 200. So I'm going to exchange from here, put a set of 1,000 in, leave me with 3,000 there. 1,200 or 12 sets of 100 take away 400 is 800. 3,000 take away 2,000 is 1,000. So my answer is 1,864. Now you can choose which method you use depending on your confidence. This is very systematic and it follows a process. And this is one that shows it requires a slightly deeper understanding of the place value. So choose whichever method works for you. I hope that's helpful.